It's the end of our month of exploring the joints in our practice. So tonight we're going to do a full body, all of our major joints in one practice, and we're going to be basically moving through some dynamic movements to stretch and strengthen our joints in an active range of motion. And then as we cool down our practice, we're going to be doing more yin and end range passive poses. So just holding nice deep stretches and letting go, being a little bit more introspective, and just kind of, working into joint flexibility. Hey, Steffi, nice to have you here. So make yourself comfortable. I've got my blocks and bolster handy today. I mainly just need a bolster for restorative poses, blocks if you like to have them handy. Yeah, that's it. Let's get started. Sitting comfortably. And start to close down at your eyes. Place your hands on your knees, palms down. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, letting it all go. Do that 2 more times, sighing it out. Inhale. Last time, inhale. Dropping your shoulders, soften into your legs, and we'll take a few moments to become present in our body, present on the mat, by just tuning into your environment, noticing the sounds around you. Noticing the air temperature. And even with your eyes closed, sensing the light inputs around you, or maybe it's dark and quite atmospheric where you are. Bringing your awareness to your body. A little moment in prayer of gratitude for your legs and hips, for all that they allow us to do each day, even if they're a little achy sometimes or give us a little grief, and allowing them to be soft and heavy. And a little moment in prayer of gratitude for your abdominal region and all the organs from the abdominal all the way up to your chest. All these vital organs working tirelessly, autonomously for us day in, day out, keeping our bodies alive. And gratitude for our shoulders, arms, hands, our fingers, our thumbs. And gratitude for our spine and our back. And all that our spine houses, our nervous system. Keeping us upright and mobile each day. A moment of gratitude finally for the head, your brain, face, your facial features and sensory organs. Allow us to really express how we're feeling to others and connect with others in the world. Taste. And just settling into your whole body now. And bringing your awareness to your breath. Already just gradually moving into full yoga breathing. As you're familiar with this breathing practice, just taking your time to gradually build up to a full deep breath. Taking 3 more cycles of your breath. Exhaling completely, transitioning into Goranga breathing. Inhaling together. Inhale. Inhale. One last time. Return to your regular breathing pattern. Noticing if you're already feeling a little bit more calm and relaxed. Slowly open your eyes. Going into some seated spinal rolls. Just taking it nice and easy. This can be really casual. Dropping your chin down toward your chest. Rolling forward. Rolling up. And then you can start to really move and roll into different areas of your spine as you start to warm up and mobilize through your spine. So it can be in a bit of a wave-like motion, or it can just be folding forward, hang forward, roll up. Maybe taking the head up, roll forward. Seeing if you can do little isolated movements through different parts of your spine. And then going into some nice, big, exaggerated stretches. Drawing against your knees, lift, open, lengthen. Opposite direction, around, hanging into your knees. Inhale, come back. Opposite hand to knee, so right hand to the left knee, turning to look over your left shoulder. Twisting through the spine, moving to the other side. We're going to move pretty swiftly for the first couple of rotations, and then we'll hold that position for a few breaths. So just switching from side to side, really taking your mind to that movement through the rotation of your spine. Now holding this position, turning to look to the left. Right hand to the left knee, pressing down into your left hand, lift and rotate. And come all the way around to the other side. Right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee, lift, soften through your belly, and turn to look over your right shoulder. Slowly return to center. Right. Bring your left leg under and right foot over, going into half wood of the fishes. Start nice and simple, interlocking your hands in front of your knee, lifting up tall through your spine. Just noticing too, there's a little bit of a stretch into the hip here, so not rushing into the pose, getting nice and grounded through the hips. Planting the right hand behind you, taking hold of your knee or your thigh as you turn to look over your shoulder. Further still, taking your elbow to the outside of your knee, opening up through your palm, And working your elbow against your knee to help you move into a deeper twist. And then staying here for another couple of breaths if you like. If you're familiar with the bind in this pose, you can maybe loosen your legs a little to thread your arms through, taking hold of your backhand, lift and rotate. Slowly unravel. Switching over to the other side, right leg under, left foot over the top. Settling the hips in first. And to lock your hands in front of your knee, lift through your spine, hugging that knee in, then wrapping the elbow or hand around, starting to look over your left shoulder. Taking it nice and slow so you can feel into all the stages of your body starting to yield and open up. Elbow to the outside of the knee, open up through your palm. Lift and rotate. Maybe transitioning into a bind, threading the hand through. Keep lifting through your lower back. Coming straight over into child's pose. Knees and feet to the floor, hips to your heels, settling your forehead down, arms out alongside your body, taking a few breaths here. Relax your spine, sending your breath up and down your spinal column. And feeling your belly naturally expand against your thighs as you inhale. One more breath here. Slowly come up onto your heels, sitting up. Take your hands forward, coming over onto all fours. Shoulders stacked above the wrists and hips stacked above your knees. Spread your fingers and thumbs nice and wide, and you guys know the drill with cat-cow. So just moving with your breath. Go ahead and romanticize the whole experience. Get really nice and mindful. Taking your time and feeling into all the sensations that occur as you transition from one position to the next. Do one more each way. And back. Neutral spine, taking it side to side. Really giving our spine a nice warm up early in our practice. We are going to be heading into wheel at the end of our practice today with options, modified options. One more time each way. Now coming back to center, neutral spine, taking it into the hips now. You're going to take the knee still, with the knee still bent, taking the foot up, keeping your hip down. Lower the knee down, just taking it up and down, really isolating the movement in the hip joint. Good. One more. Coming back. Now out to the side. Try to keep your knee tracking with your hip. Going all the way to the top of the movement, full range of motion, feeling a strong contraction in your glute as you raise your knee up, lower down. Now we're going to take it in a little circle and then back. You feel a little bit of a workout in your core as well. Two more. And back to the center. Excellent. And over to the other side. Raising the knee up, keeping the knee bent, taking the foot up, lower down. Navel drawing in. Pressing the hands into the floor, keeping nice and stable through your chest and shoulders. When you've completed 5 repetitions, raising the foot up, bring your knee back to center, taking that out to the side, knee out to the side. Good. And circling it back and forth. Painting nice big circles with your knee. I like these kind of movements. I like greasing the wheel type thing. Getting all the nice circulation, synovial fluid and whatnot in there. One more time. And exhale. Going back to center. Oh, yes. I feel it in my glutes. Okay, from here, going to take your hands about just a hand length forward, getting ready to move into downward dog. Tuck your toes under, already start stepping up for your pose here. Spreading your fingers and thumbs nice and wide, press the floor away, pressing into your toes. Lift, 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 lift into the hips. And inhale, lengthen through your spine. Begin to warm up into the pose by lifting and lowering your heels, alternating from side to side. And then raise both heels high and straighten your legs, lifting into your hips. Exhale, lower both heels down toward the floor, finding yourself in downward dog. Just doing a little scan of your body, starting at your hands, press the floor away, roll your upper arms in toward each other. And lifting into your hips to lengthen your spine, and lengthening down into your heels to lengthen through the back of your legs. Inhaling, raise your right leg up. Exhale, roll the hips open. And if you like, bending through the knee, bringing your heel down toward your hip. Inhale. Bringing that hip back to center, lower the leg down, raise your left leg up, pointing into your toes, reaching into your foot and press the floor away. Roll the hip open, big stretch. And lower your heel down toward your hip. Keep pressing the floor away and lengthening down into that supporting heel. Then inhale, straighten the leg, rotate the hips back to center, lower your feet down. And from here, inhale, taking your shoulders forward. We're going to lower down into chaturanga, but holding in chaturanga for 5. So looking forward, nice and broad through your collarbones, navel drawing in. If it's too strong, bring your knees to the floor. Exhale, elbows in, hold, 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 and exhale. Belly to the floor. Inhale, going into some cobra warm-ups. Waving up and down with your spine. Moving with your breath. One more time, come all the way up into cobra. Holding here for a few breaths, going in. Elbows drawing into the ribs, broaden through the collarbones, and taking your gaze gently up. Exhale, knees to the floor. Lift up into downward dog and walk your feet to meet your hands. Just a very brief forward fold, stretching it out. Inhale, slowly roll up, one vertebra at a time. Finding yourself at the top of your mat, getting ready for sun salutations. Bring your hands together at prayer position, and just remembering it's your practice, so modifying as you need to. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, falling forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, down dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale, raise the right leg up And exhale, step it through, back knee to the floor. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands either side of the foot. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, down we go. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale. Exhale. Step back, lower down. Inhaling. Exhale. Looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Downward dog. Settling in, tuning into your breath, and the sensations in your body. Inhaling, raise your right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale. Exhale. Step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. And looking between your hands, jump forward, inhaling up, exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. One more cycle. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward dog. Holding for 3 breaths. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale. Exhale. Step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Step back. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale, down the dog. Looking between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Take a breath. Inhaling, moving into our standing poses now. Reaching up. Exhale, coming down through chair. Not going to stay in classical chair for too long. Drawing the navel in. Lengthen through the spine. Lift, feeling your ankles, knees, hips, shoulders working. Lengthening through your spine. And as an optional challenge, just start to straighten out your spine a little, bringing your hands down, arms down to shoulder height. And inhale, seeing if you can come up, rising up onto your tippy toes. Giving our ankles and our toes a little bit of a workout. Holding, holding, holding. Drawing all of your energy to the midline of your body. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog, holding for 3 breaths. Inhaling. Raise your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot through. Keeping your back knee up off the floor. Coming up into high lunge. Steadying your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, transitioning over to the other side. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Inhale. Coming up to stand. Lengthen into your back heel, dropping down into this front thigh. Feeling your knee and ankles working. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, come all the way back. Downward dog for a breath. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, shifting our weight forward. Getting ready for warrior 3. So stabilizing on that, supporting leg first. Pressing into your back heel. Arms down by your side to begin. Coming into warrior 3. And maybe taking the arms forward. Shoulders set down away from the ears. Shoulder blades set down the back. And heel and fingertips reaching away from one another. And exhale. Back. Good feel. My foot, my ankle, my hip, that whole right side was working overtime, keeping stable. All right, inhaling. Raise the left leg up, exhale. Inhaling up through high lunge and then making your way forwards. But take it little bit by little bit, no rush to get there, set yourself up first. Flexing that foot, pressing away. Reaching into your fingertips, navel drawing in, hip working down, taking the arms forward. Step back, lower down. Inhaling. Exhale. Downward dog. Take a breath here. All right. We're going to do a fun little challenge. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale. Stepping forward. High lunge first. Shifting your weight forward. And just as a heads up, you might like to have a wall or back of a chair close by for this one. Going up into warrior 3. I'm going to curl in and expand out. Curl in, expand out. Curling in, expand out, and exhale. Foot to the floor, hands to the floor, and flow to the other side. So, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, stepping it forward. Inhale, going up, getting nice and steady. Raising the leg back. Curling in. and reach. And so these dynamic movements, there's a lot of stability work happening through the feet, toes, ankles, but also just these movements of the joints, helping to utilize our joints, getting them all nice and greased up. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Just one more transition before we go into child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping the foot forward. Lunge. Shift your weight forward. And wrap the leg for eagle. It's definitely a very quick heat booster, thermogenic booster. Oops. Slowly release. We're going to reverse out the same way we came in. We lunge, hands to the floor, step back, and change sides. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling in. Exhale. Shift forward and wrap the leg or go with us in eagle pose. We're everything a little bit back to front tonight. My arms are twisted around the way. Left arm over, right arm over. And release. Reach the toes back, hands to the floor. This time flowing down into child's pose. Hips to your heels, forehead to the floor. Arms alongside your body. Taking 5 slow, deep breaths. On a winter's night, so that's cool. It's good. We're doing things. We're working hard. All right, making your way back up into downward dog. Excuse me. And jumping your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Sweeping one foot back, doesn't matter which way, as long as you can see. And turning your big toes in slightly, getting ready for standing wide leg forward fold. Hands to your hips, shoulders down away from your ears, and draw your shoulder blades in toward each other, elbows working back, hinging forward at the hips. Bringing your hands to the mat or to the floor. Reach back into your sitting bones and lengthen into your spine. And fold forward. Now just for 5 breaths, we're going to inhale, lift and lengthen, flat back, look forward. Exhale, draw your upper body forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. If you're able to grab hold of your toes, wrap your first 2 fingers around your big toes. And elbows can bend at a 90-degree angle out to the side. Inhale, flat back, straighten through the arms. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Holding forward here for another few breaths. Nice big stretch through the backs of the legs. Some of the wonderful benefits of an inversion. Increase circulation to your brain. Keep working the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale. Slowly come halfway up out of the pose, hold here for a moment. Bend through your knees, hands to your hips, come all the way up to standing. So we're going to move into a deep squat. We're going to work our way down there and know that you have the option to just go halfway. So listening to your joints and your range of motion. Might feel a little uncomfortable if you turn your toes out just a little. I'm going to go from side to side, starting in a half squat position. Hands together in prayer position, moving from side to side. And because we're doing a joints class, really taking your mind into all the sensations of where are you feeling it in your joints, the sensations in the ankles, the knees, the hips. And as your body starts to feel ready for it, maybe you can go all the way down into Standasana. Lift up, lower. One more time each way, and then we're going to go into a hold. Lifting up, over to one side. We're holding in this position now. And if you can, sweeping one arm behind, taking one arm back, going into a bind, drawing the top shoulder back as you turn to look over your shoulder, and keep these toes flexing back toward you. Release, moving over to the other side. Into a bind, turning to look over your shoulder, or just working your elbow back against your knee. Slowly come up. Bend through the knees, hands to your hips. Up to stand, sweeping that back leg forward again to the top of your mat. And I will slow down to sitting. Inhale, come up. Lift up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump a step back. And down. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Holding here for a few breaths, noticing how your body's feeling this far into your practice. Hopefully your tissues are feeling a little bit warmer, things are feeling a little bit more comfortable. And I'm starting to transition now into our seated postures. So inhale, raising the right leg up. Exhale, taking your right foot forward, back knee to the floor. We're going to be doing quite a few things on our knees, so if you need to put a pad under your knee or roll your mat over double, go ahead. Starting with a dynamic position first, so rocking back and forth in low lunge, back to half split. Moving with your breath. Inhale forward to lengthen. Exhale, flex your toes back, shifting your hips back. One more time. Inhale, take your hands to your knee. Just try to move into the pose in as much of a passive position as you can. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears, soften into your face. And just doing a little internal check-in to see if there's any mental resistance going on that's preventing you from really entering into the pose. So you can just let go, trust your body. One more breath here. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Stepping straight back into downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Going to the dynamic version first, shifting your weight back and forth. One more time each way. Shift your weight, your hips forward, hands to your knees, shoulders stacked above your hips, and start to settle in into this low lunge position. You half close your eyes or close your eyes. Starting to go internal. One more breath here. Down we go. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, bringing that knee forward, coming into pigeon. So either going to a modified pigeon, sitting on your foot, or going straight, dialing that foot out. Sitting up tall and then folding forward. If you want, you can have your bolster here as well, laying over your bolster. Wherever you are, just trying to keep the hips somewhat balanced. So rolling the left hip down. And not being afraid to challenge yourself. Talking to myself here. And taking that foot out. We do increase or gain flexibility and mobility by exercising at our edge and exploring holding our edge for about a minute or so. You guys can keep lying forward. I'm just doing my thing over here, upright position. We're going to stay here for probably about another 10 breaths, really giving it that yin opportunity to internalize, move into a more cooling, passive state, giving your body plenty of time to open. Two more breaths. Staying in pigeon position, caress yourself up. Bring your heel in nice and close to your opposite hip. And making your way into raising that back foot, taking hold of your foot. If that feels too much, just going into a little spinal twist, turning to look over your left shoulder. And onto your foot, so you might be comfortable here. Maybe you can hook your elbow. Just try and keep that left hip rolling down. Slowly release. Carefully making your way back into downward dog. And use downward dog as an opportunity to just kind of balance out through your spine. And stretch out through your legs a little before we move over to the other side. 2 more breaths in downward dog. And then when you're ready, making your way into pigeon on the left side. So feeling raise the leg up, exhale. Taking the knee forward. And staying on this side. So knowing that we have about 2 to 3 minutes on this side, taking your time to gradually move into the pose. And not expecting the same experience on each side either. So moving mindfully and being accepting of how each side might feel different. Letting your focus internally. Anytime catch your mind wandering, thoughts get busy, and back to your breath. Back to the sensations in your body. And redirecting it back to that little voice within. Couple more breaths, and then we'll find our way out of the pose. Bringing your foot in nice and close to your opposite hip. And turning to reach around for your back foot or going into just a pigeon twist. Keeping the left foot working down. Slowly release. Definitely making your way back into downward dog. Taking downward dog for 5 breaths now. Holding this position. Seeing if you can take that same yin internalization into this downward dog position. Being curious about what you can cultivate as you're cultivating steadiness, but also internalization, quietness. Knees to the floor. You've got your bolster handy. Grab your bolster. Maybe your blocks too if you want to build up your props. So just having it handy to start with. Going into butterfly position. Soles of your feet together. Heels are nice and close to your groin. Dropping your elbows down to the insides of your knees as you work your knees down toward the floor. Long through your spine. We're going to go into some folding positions soon. So really just trying to emphasize that stretch through the hips. Inhale, lifting up for a moment, bring your bolster in. I wonder if I could do it. No, it's That's actually a really nice option. Butterfly, bolster hug, and it sits right under your chin. That's an option if you like. Otherwise, just bringing your bolster, so there's north on actually the blocks might be a nice addition. Building out that surface to be able to fold forward, length through your spine, and relaxing, and just letting your hips soften. Staying here for about another 5 to 10 breaths. And breath here. Although I feel like I could stay here for 2 minutes. Set your props to the side. Slide your feet out and take your hands underneath your legs, forearms to the floor, palms to the floor, and maybe hanging forward or maybe bringing your forehead down to rest in your feet. So it's a little bit of an active fold as you grip the floor and fold forward. And if that feels not acceptable, taking your forearms to rest on your lower legs and moving forward, but adding a little bit of effort there where you gently grip your ankles and draw your upper body. Bring your knees together, hugging your knees in, forehead drops down to your knees. Just soften into your spine and your belly. All right. We go over into your knees. We go into a bit of a fun challenge pose now. Dolphin, potential to go up into forearm stand. It'll be our last strengthening kind of dynamic pose for the night, and then we will wind down with some puppy love type stuff. So, but we've done quite a bit of warm up. You know, like we've really warmed up our tissues. We've really got all our joints moving and lubricated, and then we've also gotten ourselves, our minds really nice and relaxed and focused as well. So they're all really great ways to tune up your mind and body for going into something that's a little bit more coordination expensive, nervous system expensive, such as dolphin or shoulder stand. So go ahead and use whichever props you like. If you'd like to have a block in between your hands or a belt looped around your upper arms, get all of that organized. Remembering you can progress and modify however suits you tonight. You'll probably spend about 5 minutes or so in this pose. So starting with dolphin first. Elbows are stacked underneath your shoulders, thumbs are touching, hands are spread nice and wide. So you've got plenty of surface area there to grip and lots of finger and palm biofeedback helping you stabilize. Scoop in through your belly, lengthen, tuck the toes, and lift. Standing with knees bent, and walk your feet in, and then lift, lift, lift. Lengthen the heels down toward the floor, maybe straighten the legs. Because we have done quite a bit of work on joints of the legs, the hips, spine. This is a really nice one for shoulders, elbows. Exhale, knees to the floor, rest for a moment. We're going to do 5 more dynamic shifts, okay? Dropping the head forward and back. So it's all coming through your shoulders. Keep lifting away from the floor, but lower the head forward and lift back. So you can modify it by keeping the knees a little bent. The more you walk your feet back, the less intense it's going to be. The more you walk your feet close, the more intense it's going to be. So let's see if we can do 3 to 5 little shifts. Off you go in your own time. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Oh yes, I feel that. And when you're on 5. I can gave you like a whole chi rush. Okay, one last one. If you would like to kick up into forearm stand, you can. Otherwise, we're going to do 3-legged dog. So just 3-legged dog, 3-legged shoulder stand, similar to what we did at the beginning of our practice, raising one leg up and down the dog. So it's the same experience, but you're just on your forearm. So sending yourself up in the toes. Inhale, lift up. And there's an option here. Maybe you don't go all the way up, but just doing some little hops. And lower that leg down, other side. Into the floor and rest. Want to go into forearm stand? Go ahead. I'm gonna do one quick whirl of it, just for fun. Just because it brings me joy. You can maybe try one against the wall, or just keeping off your couch as well. Oh. All right. Take a child's pose and rest. The child's pose over your. Let's do that. Staying here for just a few breaths. Come on. Okay, so the next little sequence is bridge pose. A dynamic variation of bridge pose, followed by plow, kicking the legs over. Then we'll move into poppy, opening up through the chest, lengthening the spine, and that'll be part of our preparation for going into full wheel pose. And then it will be time to wind down completely. So, starting in bridge. So what we're going to do with bridge pose, setting yourself up, feet close to your hips, and inhaling. As you inhale, your hips raise and your arms raise up overhead. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Arms lower and the hips lower. Inhale, seeing how high you can take your hips up. Full bridge. Exhale. Lifting through the Mula Bandha as you lift up. Exhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Now making your way over into plow pose. So working not so much into the joints, but you are really working quite strongly into the neck, which is wonderful. So slowly making your way up into the pose. Maybe you just like to kick your legs over. I always go into a bit of a bridge first. And then also working into the shoulders by clasping the hands together and pressing your arms down into the floor, reaching your toes back behind you, even if they don't come to the floor. Hips lifted above the shoulders. Cultivating that internalization again. Slowly, mindfully releasing the pose. Rolling over onto your front. So this will act as a little bit of a counter pose as well, coming into puppy. So opening up through the chest, the neck, hips stay stacked above your knees as you walk your hands forward, forward, forward. Taking your time and lowering your chest down toward the floor. Chin to the floor. Reaching back into your sitting bones as you reach forward into your fingertips. And if it feels too strong to chin to the floor, then bringing your forehead to the floor. And we'll spend about a minute here now. Exploring your any range of motion in this position. Resting your body. Dropping away from any chatter in your mind. Reaching your belly back to your thighs to intensify the stretch and the depth of the stretch. Two more breaths here. And slowly drop your hips back to your heels. Forehead to the floor and arms alongside your body. Soften through your shoulders. Beautiful little counter pose here. That's something like that. Okay. You go into wheel now. So with wheel pose, we have opened the obvious areas, shoulders, we've worked into the spine, worked into the chest. We've also done quite a lot of hip work, which when you look at wheel pose, there's really strong opening through the front of the hips. So we've done lunges as well. We are ready to go. So if you want to explore any modifications, maybe feet to the seat of a chair or blocks against the skirting boards of a wall. I'm going to put my feet on a bolster today on my sticky mat so that it doesn't move around. And placing your hands back away from your shoulders, giving yourself plenty of space to move into the back bend. Hands to the floor, and we'll bring our crown of our head to the floor first. Maybe stop there if you like, or if you feel you can press up into the pose, go ahead and do so. And I'm going to not talk, and let's just go with curiosity for about, well, sometimes 1 or 2 breaths really feels like enough. So I think just go with how your body is feeling and what you feel is accessible tonight. So aiming for as many breaths as you can hold it for. Maybe doing a couple of repetitions if you like. I don't know why I avoid that pose so much because it's really wonderful. Coming into counter pose now. Supported child's pose. We've been doing a little bit getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down. Not super flowy, but the best. Worth it. So really getting nice and snugly on your bolster now for supported child's pose. Soften your shoulders and sending your breath up and down your spine, softening through your spine and your back. Close your eyes. And turn your head to the other side. Gently stretching your neck in the other direction. All right. It's time to make our way down onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest and make some circles with your knees. And then go straight from there into a spinal twist. Straighten out through the left leg and take the right leg across. I'm going to go bent knees for both. And then come back to center. Cheers. Make your way back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Taking any last little stretches your body is craving and making yourself comfortable in chest. Here, close by, because I was like, yes, I definitely want to get a pillow. Feel a little extra, that's in that action. Yes. I am all about this right now. And I hope you are too. All primed for it. We're taking a blanket over if you need to. And maybe turning the lights down and placing something over your face to block out the light. Noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. Doing a quick body scan, noticing particularly how your joints feel after your practice. Our asana practice offers so much in the way of longevity. There's so many wonderful therapeutic benefits for our joints. Really gets into every little joint, helping to stimulate more circulation, more oxygen and nutrients to our joints and synovial fluid. And it does so with very little stress on our joints as well. So it's just such a wonderful practice for supporting our mobility and our joint longevity. And just feeling all the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor getting heavier and heavier. Sink into your toes, your feet, and your ankles. And softening and relaxing into your lower legs, your knees, your thighs, and your hips. And relax into your belly, your lungs, chest, your heart center. Soften your shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists, and hands. Maybe your awareness to your spine. Feeling all the muscles either side of your spine, softening and relaxing. And in your mind's eye, visualizing all of your intervertebral discs to be nice and plumped up with fresh synovial fluid. Head, soften into your face. You feel your entire body to be heavy and relaxed. Taking the next minute or so to relax completely. Dropping into that beautiful internal focus we've been cultivating throughout this end of our practice. And allowing yourself to just be.